So we're going to go over an exercise we've been working on with Mr. Leo today called Relax on a Mat. And what we're looking for from Mr. Cutie here is that he comes on over to the mat, understands initially that's where the good stuff happens, and then continue to treat him when he goes into increasingly relaxed body postures. So a DOWN like we've got going on here, good job buddy, is actually exactly what we're looking for. And then once he's in that position, then we're going to be looking for him to sniff down towards the mat. And then eventually, once he's sniffing, we'll just look for him to get treated when he's got his chin all the way down on the mat. And that's really the end goal, is come on over to the mat, rest on down, and then rest our little chin down on the mat. So we're kind of just cycling through all of the steps for our relax on the mat right now. Leo. So it's the one thing you can feel free to say during the exercise is Mr. Leo's name. So I'm going to give him a treat initially for coming on over to the mat. And then we're back off the mat. That's fine and dandy. So I'm going to give him one here, even though he's just in the proximity of the mat, just because we're just learning this. And he's giving me like a good calm body positioning. I'm going to let him know, hey, that works. You're nice and calm and relaxed. And I've had dogs do this in the past, where they go in the proximity of the mat. That's okay, particularly when we're first doing it. He's definitely going to get treated when he comes on over to the mat. And he'll understand through time that the mat is where we're supposed to go. But if he's just trying to relax and it's a little more challenging in day one, then and we'll definitely give them treats for that. So this is a command-free exercise. We remain 100% silent. Great, perfect. And the way that Mr. Leo knows that he's doing the right thing is by getting treats. And the reason that we remain silent and don't just train him through this and give him commands is because we want him to work through this on his own. Good job, buddy. So when Mr. Leo has the capability to go through this completely on his own, then he can relax himself and work through his own emotions. So it's like the difference between watching someone drive a car or drive a car yourself. It's much more impactful when you actually get to do it yourself. So I'm never going to give him any sort of commands to help him work through this. I remain silent and give him the opportunity to work through this exercise completely on his own, just encouraging him and letting him know when he's pushing in the right direction. So this is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. And so you're going to want to do this in an easy peasy environment, like a living room with limited distraction, just something like this. And then in the future, start to ramp up the difficulty. So like we're discussing this morning, starting to work in an environment like a park. When he gets to a park and might be stressed out, we will break out our mat and do relax on the mat. And you may do it from a distance from the park, even if it's too much for him initially. Do it outside of the park and then go inside of the park. Or maybe even be too much to immediately go inside. Maybe for a day he's a little too stressed out and you stay outside. But basically you just want to give him a baseline that he can work from. So the baseline being a really easy peasy environment. And then you can start to work in more challenging environments. So there's a multitude of different applications. So I've had folks use it for plane rides, dog-friendly hotels, just a whole slew of different things that can stress your dog out or make them overly anxious. And it's just a very, very powerful tool to have in your toolbox for your little cutie. Good job, buddy. Not even noticing. He's got a bunch of kibble there. And we have been using the kibble today, and he considers it a high value enough reward that he's doing great with that. You know, buddy. Yeah. Good job, sir. Perfect. We'll sign off here. Very, very good job, Mr. Leo. That is very, very good. He's getting comfortable with me, and so a very good exercise to do on day one. Continue to reinforce.
Very, very good.